Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Buzz Collector here at beautiful Caribe Royale Hotel, Resort Hotel, I might add, in Orlando, Florida at Dice Tower 2022. And we just got done playing another game. It's called Boom! Foundations of Rome. And if you don't like the game, you can always just move into the box because the box is quite large, as you can see, and it has all these beautiful Rome miniatures that are going to be used in the game. This is called the Sundrop Edition, and it has a wash on these minis, and they are beautiful. I will say that these things are incredible. It's a table presence you can't even imagine. It's just a wonderful, wonderful game, and it's very similar to a game we just played yesterday, which is New York 1901. You're putting out workers and claiming lots, and then you're going to put buildings on those lots. So this isn't a new idea. But
you just did it a lot better.
You just did it, yeah, with all this production. Now, a lot of people talk about this game being overproduced, and I mean, it's a matter of opinion. It's fun. We played this game and enjoyed it.
And it was quick.
Yeah, it's very quick.
Even learning it.
The rules are super easy. It's like that's kind of bothersome a little bit, but the decisions are pretty decent. And you have this market of cards here with the costs that you're going to spend. You have 3 eras that you're going to play. You have a deck of cards on each of these spaces, and those are the eras. And once you purchase these cards, the cards from the era cards are going to start coming out. And once you've depleted that deck, you do the final scoring that you see printed on the board. So that's pretty cool, and that's very handy to have that. That's pretty nice.
It is nice.
I like that. You don't really need to be digging into the rule book at all in this game, do you?
No.
You know, Laura and I got it out and read the setup. The rule book was amazing.
Oh yeah, so much better than High Rise.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's games like yesterday we played High Rise. The rule book was terrible, and this one was outstanding. You showed you exactly how to set this game up, told you how easy the rules were, and we were off and playing
immediately.
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
we were playing this game in 10 minutes, and had never played it before. And gameplay.
Now there is an expansion that might make it tougher.
Well, there's an expansion I think that I hope will make it more interesting. And we didn't use any of these buildings. This is the, what's it called?
Mount Monuments expansion.
Look at these things. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, this game, folks, are you listening to my voice? This game is $250. This game is quite expensive, so I wanted to make sure I played it. And it's got these little tokens on the top of the buildings, and they represent different benefits you're going to get by building these buildings: population, victory points, and money. So those three things you're going to be tracking, and you're going to receive those as you put these buildings on the in Rome. So the board is smallish. I mean, it doesn't take up as much table space. I mean, again, we just play it 2-player. I mean, and then you have a population tracker and victory point tracker here. Hopefully that doesn't warp for $250.
First player markers.
First player markers, awesome. And middle coins.
Money,
that kind of money, you expect top-notch everything.
Should get real money for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, each player gets a tray like this. This is my player tray. Those are my player buildings. I was yellow. And
here, you want to take the lid off? I don't think I can get it off. You'll have to do it. Show how this thing is stored. It's pretty amazing production, actually.
You see?
Yeah.
So the trays just slide in here, as you can see, and storage solution's very nice. The expansion goes in there.
It all fits in there.
All the backers on the box.
Oh wow! I didn't notice that.
Just like Merchants of the
That's
Dark Road.
a lot of people.
Yeah. So yeah, that was. So yeah. Again, the game is very easy, but it's got enough going on that the decisions are interesting. Population in this game is huge. The bonuses are huge. So if you're playing this game, you cannot let your opponent get ahead of you in population. You'd have to stay close, within 1 or 2. I mean, if they go and if they build 2 buildings, like Lori built a 6 and a 4 here and had 10 population, you have to trash every other plan you have and go after population. That's just the way this game is set up. Because the bonuses, again, they're printed on the board, 4, 7, and 10. She got all 3 of those bonuses and murdered me on the score. So it's pretty bad. The designer is Emerson Masucci. I should have mentioned that. And he designed Reef, which is a game that's in my top 100 of all time. Probably, I think if I had, she's got my phone. She's using my phone.
Mine was dead.
Yeah, so she's using my phone to film this, but I think it's in my top 20 all time, maybe top 25. But I love Wreath, and it's a great design, and should certainly get more attention than it gets. It's a great game, and that year I think Azul won the Spiel des Jahres, and I just thought Wreath was superior. But that's the same designer that did this game, and I don't know. The rule set's very easy.
It's one of those deceptively simple games.
Yeah, it's simple. And again, of course, people talk about overproduction when they talk about this game, and it is definitely. It's produced.
Well, it plays 5 players, so you've got 3 trays. Well, we might use them sometime. This game isn't that hard.
Yeah.
You could let new people play this game.
This is I think it's a gateway game. I really do. It's very easy, but the question comes, do you want to spend $250 on a gateway game? But, I mean, I think it's worth $200 if you think about what went into the mini molds and all that stuff.
I mean, some of this stuff's incredible. There's a gondola here in this mini.
Look at this guy.
I mean, that thing is cool.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Check that dude out, you guys. And this is like the Coliseum. That's the Coliseum.
I mean, these monuments are amazing.
Oh my gosh,
we haven't played with them, so I don't know what they do.
Look at these things.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Let's get this one. Turn this one up. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
And I think I like what they've done with this game, because if it was going to be super complicated, I don't think it would be
as popular.
Yeah,
No.
I think this is a very approachable game. This game can be played by any of you guys, anybody.
Yeah,
this game. It's
it was
easy.
surprisingly easy.
Yeah.
The decisions are tough, but the rule set is easy.
Well, hopefully the expansion makes things a little tougher, because I thought the decisions...
It's almost too easy.
Yeah, it's almost too easy, and so I think you would probably have to use this expansion, and I don't know how it works, and we don't want to monopolize this game.
Yeah.
Everybody here at the con wants to play this.
We had to get up early.
Yeah, we had to get up early and grab it, and I'm certainly thinking about buying a copy. I don't know, I'll have to talk about it with Lori a little more, but if I'm going to bring this into the house, 3 or 4 games got to go.
I think we decided it would take 5 games.
5 games.
It takes up the space of 5 games.
I think this is very similar to something. Something's triggering in my brain, not just the New York 1901, but where you buy lots and you put your buildings on those lots. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. It just seems so familiar to me. But enough about that. It's just a really, really well-produced game that's very pretty to look at on the table. I mean, if you guys watched my video on Tang Garden, much tougher game to play.
Yeah.
And a lot more going on.
Yeah.
In
This
Tang Garden.
actually was an easy game.
This is a gateway game.
Yeah.
In its base form.
Yeah.
Without the expansion.
We'll have to read the rules
Yeah.
here and see what the monument does to it.
We'll see what monuments do and see how that works. But it's a very, very interesting game, and I'm thankful that we got an opportunity to play it here at the con. So that's Foundations of Rome, 2022
Here you
title.
go.
Hold the box. Oh my gosh.
Even though it's empty, he can't hold it.
Yeah.
He can't even hold it up empty.
From Arcane Wonders. Yeah, this thing's amazing. I mean, this is. You have to put. Of course, when you take this home, you have to put wheels on it.
Yeah.
And move it around your house.
If we didn't bring the wagon, it'll take both of us to carry it.
Of course, you could always get the deluxe edition. No, I'm kidding. There's no. Can you imagine what the deluxe edition of this would be? I'm saying. Yeah. This would be hilarious. Yeah, deluxe Foundations. Yeah, what would that be like?
Life-size buildings.
Yeah, life-size buildings.
They're opening up.
Okay, that's it, you guys. For us, we're going to go get another game, and we enjoyed playing this game. I would recommend it to anybody. It's fun. There's enough going on.
It's probably one of my favorites we've played so far.
Yeah, and once you add in this expansion, I'm sure this game ratchets up. I'd have to play it. But again, we don't want to monopolize this game. People are already coming up to the table. When are you going to be done?
Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Yeah.
So we're going to box it back up and give it to somebody else and let them have fun. But hey, I would highly recommend this game. But the question becomes, if you like this game, you want to spend $200 on it. It's hard to do. Okay. Thank you, and we'll see you a little later today. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to Bones Collector, and we're still at Dice Tower East Convention here in sunny Orlando, Florida, at the Caribe Royale Resort Hotel, living it up and playing board games.
Wearing your jacket. Sunny outside, it's freezing in here.
Freezing in here. Okay, this game we just got done playing is called Living Forest, and it's by Aske Christensen. And this is a 2021 title, but I don't think it really came out this year. So we're going to consider this a 2022 game to us. And we've been wanting to play it. This game is, let me see, 2 to 4 players, 40-minute play time. That's accurate. And 10 and up. And this is simply you're trying to save the sacred tree from burning down on this spirit board in the center of the table. And then you have each of you are one of the 4 nature creatures of, like summer. I mean, it's the 4 seasons.
Yeah, summer, autumn, winter, spring.
Yeah, so you're going to play one of those, and so you get a player board like this and some cards, action cards to start with. They weren't called action cards. Animal cards.
Yeah, they're just animal cards.
They're guardian cards. Yeah, guardian animal cards. So you'll have a deck of those, and on your turn, you're just going to lay out a helpline here. And it's a push your luck element. So you have these icons on the cards, and if you see 3 of these icons, you bust. So if you see 2 of them, you better stop. And then this one is called a gregarious icon, and it cancels out one of those so that you can continue going. And then you have all these icons on the cards themselves, so you have 4 different things you can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5. You can do 4 things. One is just a scoring thing. But you have the sun, water, plants, and movement, and you can take one of those 4 actions, and these are the actions you can take. You can purchase one of these
trees.
Protective tree tiles, and once you have 12 of them, it triggers the end of the game.
Which he did.
Yes, or you can, fires will grow. First, you can buy one of these guardian animals, depending on how many sun icons you have in your helpline. And once you remove those, they're different levels. There's 2, 3, and 4. And when you remove those at the end of the round, these fire tokens will go in to the tree, and those fires will attack the sacred tree. And so those have to be removed, else you'll get these Varan cards or something like that go into your deck. It's a deck builder, and
they're just cloggers.
These are clog it up, and they have these stopper icons on them. And these X's here, you can get these to call those from your deck. Water extinguishes these fires, and you can buy the protective tree, and then you can move on the spirit circle here, which we didn't do much of, did we?
No, we did not.
Yeah.
But, we just first time playing it.
Your first time playing, I really couldn't see.
When you hop over, if I were to hop over him in my movement, I could steal one of his victory point things down there.
One of my victory tokens, yeah.
Yeah.
And these have icons on them that count
towards
whatever you happen to be building towards in your...
Yeah.
What is that one? What is that?
Tree.
Oh, it's protective tree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you have 11 on your board, you got 12.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then on your player board, you got bonuses if you hit the corners. You can see those.
Yeah. And then there's permanent bonuses.
And then there's permanent bonuses. If you fill this row up, you have 2 flowers permanently. And if you fill these rows up and down, this is a row. If you fill these 2 columns up and down, you get a permanent movement, a permanent sun, and a permanent water. And then these trees themselves have permanent effects on them also, with the same icons: sun, water, plants, and movement. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty good game. What do you think?
Well, I think the rule book wasn't the best, but once we figured out how to play it, it was fun.
It went pretty good. I like it, but you know what? I'm not going to lie to you.
Again,
after playing that
Foundations of Rome,
you look at this and you go, wow, they should have done much more with this.
With the components,
This could have been...
Yeah, the things fall off. We had to just slide them, because if you picked them up, their feet fell off.
It falls apart. Could have been little minis or, some nice... Yeah, some nice... They're just 4
It's not Foundation of Rome.
Yeah, you can have 4 minis and this rack. I don't know. I guess it's okay. So it's not something you're going to walk by the table and go, oh my gosh, what are you playing?
Yeah.
That looks amazing.
Yep.
It doesn't look amazing. But you know what? I mean, this game is pretty fun.
It was fun.
I don't think I'd ever take this game home.
No, I don't think we would take it home. I mean, the art's cute on the box.
Yeah, and I like the game itself. It's pretty cool, but I mean, if you want something to grab attention nowadays, you better stick your neck out in the production and make it nice. But that was Living Forest. It's an okay game. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've played a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's an okay game.
It was not a bad game. I enjoyed it.
Hey, that's it. Do I want to say anything else about this? Okay, yeah, that's it. That's Living Forest. We've trashed that one. No, we didn't.
No, it's a good game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed playing it.
The font in the rule book was nice and big, so old people like us really enjoy that. So that was pretty good. All right, and that's it for Living Forest, and that's it for the convention right now. And we're going to go eat lunch and play some more games, because that's what we do. See you later. Hey everybody, welcome to Bones Collector. We're still here at Dice Tower East, and we just got done playing Almadi. Almadi is a tile laying, tile placement, end-game bonus, in-game benefit or in-game bonus tile laying game. And it is designed by Matthew Basu and Francois Gandon. Now Francois Gandon designed Quadropolis, which is in my top 10 of all time. I love that game. Absolutely love it. I think it's perfect and so much fun to play and so stressful that I really, really enjoy it. So I was interested in trying this out and because of him. And this game is, we had a good time playing it.
Yes.
I mean, you have a central market board and you're going to select tiles from here, and you have a strip of these are your starting tiles, and then it has arrows pointing to the right, and you're simply going to take tiles from here, and wherever you take them, whatever row you take them from, you're going to have to put them in that row in your design, in your realm. And that's kind of Quadropolis. I mean, in Quadropolis, wherever you take that tile from, you also have to put that tile where you took it from the market board, and that makes the decisions a little bit more difficult. But on these tiles, they have arrows on them and icons, and whenever the arrows hit the icons, it triggers that particular benefit. So in this case, it has a moon on it. You can see the moon at the bottom and two jars, yeah. So the jars would be points at the end of the game if there was an arrow pointing at them, one of these arrows on another tile. And then if you place this tile and there was an arrow that pointed to this moon, you would take one of these end game objectives. And then there's rubies that trigger if the arrow's pointing to them, and there's genies. If the arrow's pointing to a genie, you can move a tile in your realm. There's market cards that can be acquired, and Martin cards. I can't remember, but it's these mosaic cards.
Yeah, the mosaics.
And the mosaic cards you collect, and there are some character cards that come with the game, and you can elect to use them or not. We use them, and you can trigger certain things, like this one here says 3 points for every mosaic of the most represented pattern in your possession. So if you get a lot of mosaic cards, and say you get 3 or 4 of them, then you get 3 points apiece for those at the end of the game. And again, just like you would figure, if you got all these camels in a caravan, they're going to be able to haul goods that are in your realm, and on market cards that you've acquired, different things like that in the game. And yeah, so you're just laying those in your realm and trying to pay attention to where you're placing the arrows, because the arrows trigger whatever icons they point at. And Lori was better at it than me. She beat me by 25 points. Slaughtered me pretty good.
And the tiles have to be placed in a specific orientation when you put them down, too.
Yeah, so like the palace has to be near a market or an oasis, and the oasis has to be with other oasis or it won't score any points. Like this oasis on my starting tile, I got 0 for.
Yeah, I got 0 for my starter, too.
So, because I didn't have, and if you're smart, I would have put an oasis there.
It's very hard to see, but there's also little arrows.
Yeah.
Where is it? Right
orientation
there.
arrows.
Yeah, and the tiles have to stay pointing with that arrow facing.
But you can collect rubies, and you see these rubies on here, and once you get these rubies, you can activate these character cards, which adds another layer to the game, which it needs. It's good. I mean, there's a lot of thinking to this game. I'm not going to say that there's not. There's an art to this. When you're selecting those tiles from this market board, you have to look at the rows in your realm. You got 4 rows in your realm and 4 rows in the market, and wherever you take one, so you look at every row that you have and match it to the row in the market and ask yourself, okay, I got 2 tiles in the market in number 1. Can I place it? Do I need that in my number 1 row in my realm? And so forth down the market. So you're just looking at both those tiles that are available for each row and ask yourself what's your best alternative. And of course, if you can grab one and place it next and activate a genie, then you can move this the tile you just laid, or any other tile in your realm, which I probably should have done.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I should have. There might have been a better move for me there, but it wouldn't have made 25 points, so it didn't matter. But yeah, so that's the way that works, and you have some nice player aid cards that come with it. A smaller box. This is about a Carcassonne type size of box.
Player aids are nice, but the scoring one needs to be larger, and so you know better what to put next to what.
And the scoring was a little
Convoluted.
Yeah, convoluted and a little strange. So it takes some thought to figure out how things score. So that was probably the thing we liked the least. The least. Yeah, it was just the scoring was just a little bit goofy. But yeah, that's Almadi. It will not replace Quadropolis ever. Quadropolis is totally amazing, and this game is good. Not great, not very good, not great. It's just good.
I think we'd need to play it a few more times
to get good at it.
I still don't think I would ever want to have it over Quadropolis.
I mean, if you played this a lot, you'd figure out a better strategy,
I
think, of tile placement and stuff. But even then, it just doesn't have the fun factor that Quadropolis has.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the same designer, one of them.
Yeah.
It's by Funny Fox Games, and that's Almadi.
The production's fine.
Yes, 2022 game.
Production's real nice.
And yeah, that's it. I don't know. This card stock is the best.
Well, the card stock's not the best, but the tiles are really nice.
But you don't use them.
Yeah,
so it's not like you handle them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tiles are pretty.
The art's nice. The tiles are thick. I mean, it's a pretty game.
Yeah. I mean, we've been, you know what?
Yeah.
We play so many board games. I'm tough to impress.
Yeah.
And this isn't going to do it this time.
No, it's not.
So, hey, we'll talk at you a little bit, and we're going to play. Hey, guess what we're going to play, guys? Should I spoiler?
We do a teaser.
World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft. Wrath of the Lich King. And this is a pandemic system used in the World of Warcraft. And we played so many games of pandemic, so we're going to give that a go here next and see what happens. So, hey, thanks a lot. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you when we can play another game. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bones Collector, and we played another game just now, and you saw in the last part of the video that it was going to be World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. And this is Matt Laycock's pandemic system, but it has a group of designers up here that brought in the World of Warcraft into that universe, or into that mechanic system of Matt Laycock's pandemic. And it's got a pretty cover to it, real nice. I think that's pretty cool. It interested me because it's a fantasy world. I wanted to see, you know, I've played all the iterations of pandemic, and you know, Legacy, and Cthulhu, and Iberia, and then regular pandemic, of course. And of course, my favorite is still regular pandemic. That's still my favorite. And I like this fantasy world. I wanted to really, and I had fun playing it. I really enjoyed it. But there's, okay, and I'm not going to go over how the game works because
it's pandemic.
It's pandemic. It's pandemic. You know, you have a hero deck of cards here, and you draw 2 cards after you take your actions, and as soon as this deck is empty, that's the timer. As soon as that deck's empty, you start moving this despair tracker down every time you can't draw a card. And you're drawing 2 cards, so it's moving 2 spaces every time, and it kills you at the end. You got the skull with the glowing eyes, and then this is the Scourge deck up here that you're going to be using to populate ghouls onto the board, and then you have these wonderful looking guys here. These are the abominations, and so they're pretty cool, and they come out on the board at various times, and they take a little more firepower. You got to roll 3 damage in one roll in order to defeat them. Now, what's different than pandemic? Well, you have these quests that you have to complete, and there's 3 of them on the board, and you have to go complete these quests. And once you've completed these quests, then you can go over here. Let's watch this. Yeah. When you start the game out, this is the Iced Crown Citadel. And when you start the game, it looks like that. And once you complete the 3 quests, you take this part out, flip it over, put the Lich King on top, and then you're going to go over and complete this quest and fight the Lich King. And you have to complete basically 4 of these things. And you know what? We didn't even put a standard game is 5 Scourge cards in the hero deck. We put in 4 because I know better. I mean, we're good Pandemic players, but I just had a feeling that's not wise. So I put in 4, which is not even offered. That'd be like the children's level, and it still kicked our ass. We got beat. We completed 2.5 of the quests and lost the game. And just, I guess 2 3/4. But then we would never have even gotten to the Lich King and defeated him. So, and we went over some rules and figured some things out. We could have done a lot better, but this is a hard game, and these quests really make it difficult to win.
Supposedly we use the easy ones.
Yeah, and they even give you 3 of the easy quests to put on for you to complete if you're playing your first game.
I feel like we'd do better if we played it again.
Yeah,
we know a little more now.
But like this,
It's a little different than Pandemic.
This quest says after each quest action here, spawn 1 ghoul on this space. So if I'm here battling this quest, I have to spawn a ghoul on there plus take 2 damage. So you're battling. I mean, I don't know. It was really difficult, wasn't it?
Yes, it was too punishing. I think.
Wow,
it could have been fun, but it was too punishing.
Yeah,
and all these little things don't come painted.
Yes, and
if they were painted, I'd buy it and put up with the punishing.
That's another thing that I'm going to tell you. Not only is the game difficult, and it's winnable, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, I think so.
But I'm not going to mess with it again. These beautiful minis, I have no idea why board game publishers don't furnish these minis. These are all painted. These are just globs of garbage plastic when you get the game. That's why I would never buy this game. And I'm not going to paint the things. I hate when people say, well, you just paint them. I don't have time to paint them. I play board games. I'm not painting that crap. But the game itself is fun. I like the fantasy world that this game takes you into. These guys, you don't have the... Once these guys, they don't spread like they do in Pandemic. Once they get 3, if you're going to spawn another ghoul here, then an abomination comes onto the board. And then those abominations, part of the player turn order is these abominations will activate and they will move towards the closest hero into whatever space is closest to that hero. But the game is nice. The board is real cool looking. I really like it. Components are great other than not being painted. Even these little things should be painted. Give me a break. And then it has your player turn right on the board like regular Pandemic. Then you have some wonderful heroes that you can be. You get a bunch of the heroes that you can be. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heroes that you can be. And
they each have their own power, just like in Pandemic.
Yeah, just like in Pandemic, and they got a special power, each one of them. The card stock is wonderful. They're linen cards, beautiful art on them, very cool. And then these quests, once you finish them, when you seed the board at the beginning of the game, you're going to put a treasure card underneath there, and once you complete that quest, whoever does that gets this treasure card, and it gives you a pretty nice benefit. But even that did not help us. I would have to play this game a couple of more times to really get to where I felt like I was comfortable trying to defeat these quests, because they're rough, man. I mean, I'd like to hear from some of you guys that have beaten this game. We've beat Pandemic a ton of times, even with what is the ones in Pandemic?
Epidemic.
Huh? Epidemic cards, even with more Epidemic cards in there. And we beat Pandemic Legacy Season 1. But this is pretty difficult. But it was fun. I'm not going to complain about the game not being fun. It is fun. Yeah. That's Pandemic. World of Warcraft plays 1 to 5, so it has a solo mode. 14 and up, 45 to 60 minutes. It took us a good
60 minutes.
I'd say hour and a half.
Hour and a half, probably, with the setup and stuff.
I took about hour and a half with the setup and reading the rules differences and playing the game. So we had an hour and a half into it. Of course, if you play it all the time, you wouldn't have that much. But I like this iteration. It's my second favorite. Laura would probably say Cthulhu is her second favorite.
I like Cthulhu second, yes.
Actually, Iberia is a really good one too. Excellent. But
it was too close to the first one.
The only one we have now is just regular Pandemic.
Yeah.
Because for me, that was just an amazing game, and it still is, and I love playing it. It's well balanced. This game I don't feel is as balanced as regular Pandemic. So I don't know how I if I played it some more, but I'm not going to bother with it again because I'm not going to buy it, and that's the only way I can play it some more. So I'm not going to do that. But hey, that's it. That's Pandemic, World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. Hey, if you want a real challenge and you like painting minis, you're going to be. You can just paint this to your heart's content. You, even paint the little ghouls, and this is a good-looking game. The board is pretty nice, and got some good art on it. So, and the cards, art on the card. Everything about this game is really nice, nicely produced. And I wouldn't blame anybody that would go out and buy this and want to play it because it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's World of Warcraft: The Wrath of the Lich King. I'll see you when next time we're gonna go get another game for the library. Yay! Bye bye. Z, how you doing? Hey everybody, Bones Collector here. Welcome to Dice Tower. My brain's getting mushy. I've played a lot of board games. The latest one is Land vs. Sea that came out in 2021, 2 to 4 players, and this is designed by Jean-Paul Jacques. And I didn't really expect a lot when I played this game. I think it's pretty popular though, isn't it? And it's a really good tile laying game. I had a good time playing it. And you're going to simply choose land, and the other player is going to do sea, and it's land versus sea, and you score points for how you lay these tiles down, and when you close off areas, you get the points, 1 point for each tile in that mass, whether it's sea or land, no matter who closed it off, because I helped her out at the end of the game. And, you see there's different icons on these tiles, and these X's give you extra bonus points when you close those land or sea masses off. And there's white ones here in the sea. And then also on the icons, this icon, if you manage to put one of those down, gives you can put 2 tiles down. And then there's another icon it's got swords on it, and you can steal a tile from your opponent. So it does a lot of different things. And then also, once you get used to the game, you can ratchet it up a little bit and start scoring points for the caravans and ships and the mountains and coral. When you're laying, like you can see these coral pieces were put down like that would score a point also. And the same with mountains if you happen to do that. And you can play this on teams with 4 players, and there is a 3-player variant in here. And the score is kept on the box, and it has the icons on the side of the box. It tells you what the different icons stand for, and you have these little tokens it's going to keep score with.
See, I got beat rather handily.
And you can also you have extra ones of these, and there's a variant where you can put those in an area, and when that's completed, you get an extra point for doing that.
There's a lot of variants.
There's a lot of ways to score points in this game if you use all of them, and it can be pretty daunting. Lori she had like 37 points or something. I had like 5. I had this huge, you can see this land area, I could not close it off. It was taking me a while to get my brain around this game, but it went all the way up in here, and finally I closed it off. I was like, oh my gosh, I scored like 37 points.
Yeah, I think so.
Something absurd for that landmass. So and that got me back in the game for sure. But it's a fun tile laying game, a little box. If you have 40 minutes, it says, and that's about right. Once you lay all the tiles down, the game is over. So that's how it ends, and it's a good little game. I don't know.
It has a bonus piece too.
Yeah.
We didn't use it. We didn't get to use it. If you create a hole anywhere in the board, you just put that in either on the sea side or the land side, and that's a 7-point tile.
Yeah, 7-point tile.
We didn't manage to do that, though.
We didn't do it. And the rule book is very nice, easy to understand, large font. You know how I am about that. So that's very nice. And the box is pretty nice for what it is. This game is, I would imagine it's inexpensive, and it's a lot of fun, folks. It's just enough thinking to make you work a little bit intellectually and still have a good time, and you can talk and you don't have to be silent. Because you're thinking too hard. I'm sorry. My tongue's getting tired. I'm getting so tired.
And the tiles are double-sided, too.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So
I didn't
you
show
can
that.
always figure out which side you would prefer to play.
Because this one, you can see where this would close off a landmass, and you could use it on that side, but then you'd be throwing away, that's the sea. So that would be, oh no, it wouldn't, no, that's right.
That wouldn't matter.
So
you could still play another
you'd be
tile.
throwing away the extra turn tile. So yeah, those decisions to make, and it was just a fun game to play. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. Yeah, this is my type of game, folks. Now, I don't know. I'll have to think about this game. I really like it.
It's small.
It's small box. I like everything about this game. Let's put it that way. I like everything about it. Do I want to take it home? I don't know. I have a lot of games at my house. I would definitely think about having this game. I like it. It's a fast, quick player. If you just want to sit down at the table, play a game, and have a good time, by golly, Land vs. Sea checks all the boxes for doing exactly that. I've played a lot of board games here at the Dice Tower East, and this is a good one. So, yeah. Okay, we'll talk to you next time on the next installment. We're going to play, I'm not going to tell you, because I might
Surprise.
not get, yeah, surprise. I might not get it in. I don't know. But, yeah, have a good night, and I'll see you next time.